Yo, doing this video really quick, and in this video I'm going to speak about something differently than what I normally speak about. You already know my name. My name is Jonathan Belcher, for those of you who don't know me. In this video I'm going to talk about something different than what I normally talk about. I normally talk about business, entrepreneurship, mindset stuff. But today what I want to talk about is something having to do with society and something that's socially driven, instead of so much about spirituality and entrepreneurship, law of attraction, and that kind of stuff. Now, for those of you who don't like my rebrand and my transitioning from only talking about entrepreneurship and business, for those of you who don't like that transition, I really don't give a fuck. I don't care at all. I'm going to talk about what I want to talk about. It's my channel, and I could talk about whatever I choose to talk about, and I would advise you to speak about whatever you want to speak about as well on your channels and your Facebooks and your Instagrams and your YouTubes and your Periscopes, your Twitters, whatever the case may be, right? But in this video, what we're going to talk about is, why do girls tend to not like the good guys, right? Or the nice guys. You know how they say the saying, nice guys finish last. And I'm going to tell you exactly, and I'm going to break down to you exactly why that's the case. Why females tend to like the bad boy, right? Or the guy who's, you know, they show it all the time in movies. You know, the guy who has the fast car and he wears the stylish clothes, or he got the motorcycle and he's kind of like a thug in a sense. Why do girls tend to go after these kind of guys? And they're not necessarily as much attracted to the nice guy or the nerdy guy or the guy who seems to be the one that'll provide a better future for them. But before we go into that topic, we're going to start with our daily affirmations, right? Because our daily affirmations are what keep us focused, it keeps us on the right track, and it keeps us manifesting greatness and goodness into our lives. So we're going to start off with our daily affirmation. I am rich. I am financially free. I am financially prosperous. Money flows to me effortlessly and abundantly. I am wealthy. I am healthy. I am loved. Let's do it again. One more again. I am rich. I am financially free. I am financially prosperous. Money flows to me effortlessly and abundantly. I am wealthy. I am healthy. I am loved. And I want to say shout out to my Herbalife peeps. Shout out to my entrepreneurs. Shout out to my people in business. Shout out to my internet marketers out there. Shout out to my musicians out there. Shout out to all you people out there, my traders out there, everybody out there doing their thing. My content creators, everybody out there doing your thing to really create something that you can pass down to your child, or something that you can allow you to escape the 9-to-5 job that you may hate. You know, I respect all of you guys doing your thing. But so this is something that I think us as men, we've struggled with understanding at some point in our life, right? Understanding why we may not be able to get the girl of our dreams or something like that. I remember when I was in high school, when I was trying to figure things out having to do with how to get the right girl or the right woman, I would notice a pattern where the girl that I really wanted, for some reason, I never normally got her in my early days in high school. But the girl that I didn't really care about, I never really focused much attention on, the girl that I didn't really put that much thought into, the girl that I wasn't fiending over, the girl that I wasn't thirsty over, for some reason, those would be the girls that would just like me automatically, right? Without me even trying at all, without me saying a word, they would just flock to me. And for a while, as a high schooler, I would deal with this and I would say, why the hell is it always that the girl that I really want doesn't want me? But the person that I'm not really focused on at all, I'm not giving any energy to, that's the girl that tends to want me, right? So anyway, I started to figure it out, and I started to actually kind of speak to girls, right? Not to break their heart or anything, but I would kind of use it as a learning experiment when I would talk to a new girl. And I would start to change my attitude when it came to different girls to see how they would react. And no lie, this is a true story, because me personally, I had the luxury of being around some older guys when I was younger. So I was like 13 years old, hanging around 18-year-olds and 17-year-olds and 19-year-olds. So I was usually the younger guy around my friends. So I got a lot of knowledge and a lot of relationship tips and gems and secrets at a young age that a lot of people aren't you know, exposed to. So for all you youngins out there, all you guys out there, I'm going to break it down to you how you need to be and what it takes to get the woman of your dreams. You know what I'm saying? Now, this is some secret stuff that, I don't know, I probably should or shouldn't be sharing, but I really don't give a damn, right? I'm just here to share something that can socially benefit the guys out there in this particular video. I did a video in the past talking about why men don't want to get married anymore, and you can check that video out. I still think marriage is a beautiful thing. in certain ways. I think it's very watered down, and it's more of a business today, and it doesn't hold the same value as it did in the past, but that's a whole separate topic. But for you guys out there trying to get the woman that you want, or trying to get the ladies that you want, whatever the case may be, the thing that it comes down to is woman is kind of like the opposite of a man, right? Like the woman is the yin and the man is the yang, or the man is the yang, the woman is the yin, right? Like, you know, the symbol, the yin and the yang. And it's kind of like, you know, one is feminine, one represents feminine, the feminine side, and one represents the masculine side. And for a straight woman is a feminine woman. 9 times out of 10, she's a feminine woman. And 9 times out of 10, that feminine woman wants a masculine man. That feminine woman wants a masculine man. For example, what I'm trying to say is that women who are straight tend to want a man who's an alpha male. Or they tend to want the man who's the leader of their group, their friend group, of their pack, of their gang, whatever you want to call it. They want the man that seems the most confident. They want the man that seems the most, that has the most clarity. They want the man that has the best energetic personality. They want the man who's the best dressed, the man who has a lot of money. They want the man who knows where they're going in life, the man who has goals, the man who has other people around him praising him. This is what girls tend to want, right? They tend to want the man who kind of does whatever he wants to do without asking anybody else if they care what he's doing or not. The man who just kind of just does some stuff off of him feeling like doing it, believe it or not, right? And so a lot of women will deny this, but this is a fact. You can observe this, and you can see for yourself what I'm talking about on average, usually, right? And they want the alpha male. Now, the alpha male is usually the guy who has the utmost confidence. He could just go up to a girl and start speaking to her without any worry. You know, he doesn't mind being rejected. He's going to keep shooting his shot. You know, he doesn't mind a girl turning him down. He's just going to move on to the next girl, right? But then you have the opposite of an alpha male, which is the beta male, right? Not as high as a masculine amount of masculinity, right? Not as much of a testosterone within the beta male, right? The beta male kind of needs the woman to make the decision. He kind of needs the woman to set the intention and set the stage for him to have a platform to go on. And a lot of times, usually the case of a beta male will be like the guy who, he'll tend to play the long game, you know. He'll just befriend her and get stuck in the friend zone for years and years and years and wonder why this girl won't realize that he actually wants it to be more than just friends. He wants something more serious. But it's because he's a beta. So she has him as the friend. She has him in the friend zone. And he's the better guy for her in terms of, like, you know, when I say the better guy for her, I mean in terms of, like, emotional stability. In terms of having a guy that she can actually control. In terms of having a guy that she can actually tell to do this and that, and he respects her feelings to a T, to where he's always thinking about her. She's always on his mind. She's like the center of his world. But believe it or not, that guy that makes her the center of his world becomes the beta, and he gets friend zoned. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, she puts him in the friend zone, the friend box. Whereas you got the guy over here who's an alpha male. He like, look, this is what I want. This is what it is. You know, I don't want no titles. You know, I want friends with benefits, for example, right? I want friends with benefits. This is what it is. Take it or leave it. And that's what it is. He goes about his business. He's not calling her phone every minute. He's not blowing her up. He's not commenting on every single picture. He's not in her DM every minute saying, hey, good morning, beautiful. That's the alpha male that she's going to want. And you say, why? Why is it that she wants that alpha male? What is it about the alpha male that makes her so driven towards him and so attracted to him? Well, what it is kind of like, women want to have a challenge, right? And the more a woman can't 100% figure a guy out, the more the woman can't 100% have control over the guy, the more the woman can't 100% conquer the guy, the more she gets sucked into wanting him, and the more she's attracted to him. Right? And I know what you're saying. Some of these ladies are watching this video like, John, are you talking some BS? Look, it's the truth, right? I'm telling you right now, it's the truth. So the reason why, it's kind of like challenging things in life, right? Like, for example, if you're a person who's making money hand over fist, and you're making like money like water, you're not doing too much hard back-breaking labor to make the money, but you're making a lot of money, and the money's coming in like water. Whatever you're selling, whatever you're doing, that money's coming in like water, right? Now take somebody like that. And now take another person who's making money, not as much money, but they're making money doing back-breaking labor, and they're putting in hours and hours upon of hard work into making the little bit of money compared to the other guy who's making money easier. Well, because the second person's job is so challenging, they're going to be a lot more respectful of the money they make. They're going to be a lot more frivolous with their money, and they're going to save their money a lot better and more efficiently than the person who's making money hand over fist. And the reason is because the challenge of what it took to make the money, right? The challenge of what it took the money. You know how people say, you know, the faster the money's coming in fast, but it's going out fast too. You know, when the money's coming in slow, you kind of want to save that money a little more. You cherish that money a lot more. It's not that the money, it's not that it's not money or it's different from money. It's still money. It's just that the way you're making the money is a lot more challenging. And so you spend it and you view it and you respect it in a different way. Kind of like how women look at men, right? They kind of look at the guy that is kind of hard to get, or the guy that does whatever he wants, and he doesn't seem like her, like she revolves around his, like she's the center of his world. She kind of gets very intrigued by that guy, and she wants to know more about that guy because there's a mystery there, right? She doesn't have him figured out. She doesn't know everything about what he's thinking. She doesn't know everything about his whole move. So now there's a challenge and some type of energetic pull to that guy now. Right? Whether he's toxic or not, she's still going to go after that guy because she doesn't have him figured out and she wants to know a little bit more about that guy. Whereas now the other guy is chasing after her. He's calling her every day. He's saying, good morning, beautiful. You know, he's really being respecting, and he's putting her on a pedestal, letting her know that you're the most gorgeous thing I've ever seen in my life. You're the most beautiful soul I've ever came into contact with. And she's shunning that one, right? She's putting him in that sealed box to the side, locking him in that cage, throwing away the key. And as far as him getting out of that friend zone, it'll be very, very tough for him to get out of that friend zone. Why? Because she doesn't feel like that guy, who's the good guy, is a challenge for her. She doesn't feel like she feels like she's conquered him already. There's no fun in that. There's no growth in that to her, right? On a very subconscious level, right? And you tend to see women that do this, you know, they deal with men sometimes who you may deem, this man is treating you bad. He's not treating you as good as he should, and he's your boyfriend, but why do you stick around for so long? Well, that's what it is. That's what it is, because she still wants something. There's something about him, number one, that she really, really likes, right? Maybe he has a lot of money. Maybe he can really dress. Maybe his dick game is out of this world, right? You know what I'm saying? That is a thing, right? Maybe his personality is great, you know what I'm saying? And then to top it all off, she doesn't have him fully conquered. So now she's trying to get to the next level. Now she's trying to become his girlfriend, right? And then once she becomes his girlfriend, now there's a new challenge. Now I'm trying to become his wife. So the new challenge is what keeps her around. Whereas this guy, she already know he's ready to marry her right now. He's ready to get on one fucking knee right now with the ring. He's ready to say, hey, baby, we're in a relationship right now. He's not giving her, he's not waiting. He's not putting it off. He knows what he has. He's treasuring her, right? And that guy will be the guy she puts to the wayside for years and years and years and years. You know what I'm saying? And the reason is because it's kind of like, you know, we're human beings, right? And we're mammals. So I'm going to relate this kind of to like a lion. Lions, in order for the woman, the female lion, to choose a mate, if there's like, let's say there's like a couple lions out there that wants the lioness, right? What in the Lion Kingdom, this is nature, right? In the Lion Kingdom, the female, the lioness, is gonna have the men literally fight over her. She's gonna have the men literally fight over her, and whoever the winner is of that fight between the two lions gets the lioness to be his. Now that's interesting, isn't it, right? Why would it take a fight between the two men that want the lioness, right? The two male lions that want the lioness to happen for her to make a choice? Because she's trying to look for who the alpha male is, right? It's very fucking simple if you really look at it. If you really analyze it, it's really fucking simple. It's just in nature, right? She wants them to fight to see who's gonna come out as the winner, right? And the alpha male in the woman's mind subconsciously is the winner. Right, that's the guy. He's the go-getter. He's the one who's successful. He's the one who's the achiever. He's the one who has confidence. He believes in himself. We're gonna do great things. And even if he's not giving her any signs that he's gonna be tameable, right? Tameable. She's gonna continue to chase because the idea of him someday becoming tameable is what literally drives her to want him more and more and more and more and more. right? And you can really observe this. You can observe this to be true all around you all the time. Now, a lot of times, this is more so common with, like, in my experience, I think this is less true for women who really had their dad in their life. In my experience, I could be wrong about that. I don't know if the statistics show this, but in my experience, women and girls who have, well, girls, right? Women, whatever, same thing. There's no disrespect or anything when I say that. I'm just saying when I say that, I'm referring to a female. Females who have their father figure in their life from a very young age all the way up until they're grown, they usually are not so needy of an alpha male. Although more times than not, they still want an alpha male. They still want the guy who's getting to that bag. They still want the guy who's about his success in his business and he's doing what he wants and he's the cool guy. But usually the woman who doesn't have their father figure in their life, usually they're a lot more needy when it comes to that alpha male figure because they're looking for a void to be filled because they didn't have their daddy in their life, for example. You know what I mean? Is this always the case? No. I'm just telling you, for the most part, what I see and what I observe. So when I was growing up in high school, I started to figure it out. So I stopped paying attention to the girls I really liked. And the girls that I didn't really like, I would just pay a lot more attention to them because I started to see that there was a difference there. And then the next thing you know, I started getting some of the baddest, most gorgeous, prettiest girls coming at me in high school to a point where when they came at me, I got intimidated again because I didn't even know what the hell to do with them. I didn't expect it, I guess you could say, to work so well. But it wasn't like I knew for sure what I was doing. I just was trying a different approach. I was like, you know what? I'm not doing that beta, that chase thing. That chase thing only does nothing but lead me to heartbreak and failure when it comes to women. They're going to just put me in this box. But when I became that guy, I was just about my business and about dressing nice. And I didn't really focus too much on women. I stopped putting women on a pedestal. Those women who were the dream girls, the most gorgeous girls in the schools, in different schools, they started to come at me. And it was like the more I put them off, the more I put off the date, the more I put off linking up with them, the more I put off meeting them and hanging out with them for the first time, the more they hit me up to see, damn, because guess what happened? Now their mindset became this. Is there something wrong with me? Why wouldn't he want to hang out with me? Because you got to remember something about really pretty women. I'm gonna tell all this is a public service announcement, right? And this is too much. I'm dropping already too much secrets in this damn video. Very pretty women, very pretty women know that they're very pretty. What do I mean by that? I didn't say they're not insecure. I just said that they know they're very pretty. Yes, there might be a difference. You'll be surprised because the woman mind is very complex. But what I mean is, they have hundreds and hundreds of guys per month telling them they're beautiful, telling them they're pretty. Likes, comments on their Instagram and their Facebook, they already know they're pretty. They hear that all the time. So my question to you as the man is, what are you going to do differently to set yourself apart from the other males out there who's giving her the same exact compliment all the time? Another thing you can try is, let's say there's a pretty girl, but she may not have the prettiest feet, right? But she's pretty as hell. But her feet isn't the prettiest. What you should try is complimenting her feet. Because that's something that you know is not something that she, how can I put it? It's not something that she's accustomed to hearing a compliment about, if that makes sense. So now when you compliment her feet, she's going to say, oh, wow, interesting. He likes my feet. She may have been insecure about her feet. She's pretty, but she's insecure about her feet. She's pretty, but she's insecure about her mouth, her nose. She's pretty, but she's insecure about her lips. She's pretty, but she's insecure. And this doesn't mean anything. When I say insecure, it can mean she has beautiful lips and mouth, everything. But just comment on the thing that you think is maybe the most not so pretty on her. And you're going to get more of an attention from her because she's already used to being told in general that she's gorgeous and beautiful. So you got to set yourself apart from the other men who are telling her the same shit every single day. And usually what's going to set you apart is being smooth, right? And this is easier said than done. When I say be smooth, move like water, flow like water, right? Flow like things aren't, like you're not really attached and you're not too worried about too much things. That tells a woman in her mind, oh, this guy's confident. He knows what he's doing in life. He knows where he's heading in life. That's going to attract her subconsciously on a subconscious level where you don't even have to do nothing. When you walk into the club or you walk into that room, you walk with, you don't have to be cocky, but you walk with a confidence with your head high and your walk high where your back isn't slouched in a way where she sees you and she's like, wow, that guy, he's headed places. And then you don't even have to look her way. You don't even pay her any attention. The whole room is swarmed around her. All the guys are looking at her, but you're not focused on her at all. In fact, you're focused on the girl over here who's not even that pretty, but she's cool. She has a great personality, right? And the next thing you know, guess what? The girl over there who's beautiful and gorgeous, she's going to start wondering, what he's about. Why isn't he paying me the attention that I'm always so used to getting? I'm always used to getting this attention from men, but this guy is different. There's something different about him. There's something mysterious about him. There's something I got to figure out here. You know what I'm saying? That's how this shit works. I'm telling you right now, that's how this shit works, especially when you're young. When you get older, the older you get, it changes a little bit, but it's still a similar dynamic. It's still a similar dynamic, right? If a man is established, he got his money, and, you know, he's pretty much a good guy, and he's good in the bedroom, at the end of the day, even if he does his own thing, even if she can't control him, for the most part, she'll stick around, right? She'll stick around. And the reason why is because there's going to be something about him that's going to give her a challenge. It's going to give her a challenge. Because the guy that she's not challenged by leads to her boredom. And that guy that leads her to be bored starts to be called corny, right? He's whack. There's nothing interesting about him anymore. I figured him out. I already know his moves. I already know how he thinks. I already know he's going to buy me this and that all the time. But I need a challenge now. I need something new. And you'll see this amongst even the animals. Like I said, I gave you the lion experience. You know what I mean? But check it out. Try it out. Try out what I'm talking about. But this is why girls don't go for the good guy. Excuse me. The good guy is not a challenge. The good guy doesn't have that confidence. Usually. The good guy is trying to be Prince Charming. But yeah, 9 times out of 10, women always say they want a Prince Charming. But the question is, do they actually want a Prince Charming? Do they actually want a Prince Charming? They say they want a Prince Charming, but do they actually want a Prince Charming? 9 times out of 10, in my experience, women don't know what they want until they get it. In my experience, personally. Now, drop your comments below. Chime in on this. I may have a part 2 to this video, but I just want to give you guys a gist of why girls tend not to go after the good guy, or tend not to be attracted to the good guy. They tend to go after the bad guy, but these are the reasons, because they can't figure out the bad guy. They want to conquer the bad guy so bad, and because of that yearning to conquer him, it causes her to kind of be infatuated and want him more and more and more. You know what I'm trying to say? It's kind of like Tom and Jerry in a way, or like, you know, cat and mouse in a way, right? Or chasing something that, you know, it's kind of like chasing after this idea. Now, it doesn't mean that someday he'll get married to her, maybe, right? Someday he may make her his girlfriend, probably, right? It doesn't mean she'll never conquer him, but the fact that she's so beautiful, she's such a great personality, and all these great things are going for her, the fact that he's not just settling and he's just not making her the center of his world is very intriguing to her. And it's not even intriguing, it goes past that. It's actually attractive to her, to a point where she wants him more and more and more and more. Let me know your comments. Let me know your thoughts below. If you agree with me, cool. If you don't agree with me, even better, right? But let me know what your thoughts are, your opinions below this video. Share this video with 5 friends or family. I want to see what people have to say about this topic and what people have to say about this subject. Maybe there are people out there who have a totally different experience than me, but I could go based off my experience and things that I've actually done and has worked for me in my personal life. But this is Jonathan Belcherstation. I'm going to see you in the next video. Peace.